What if I told you a country just held an election where nearly two-thirds of the people didn't show up? This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover how a West African democracy is facing a crisis of legitimacy and what it means for the future of the entire continent. Meet Benin, a nation that's been a beacon of democracy in Africa. But here's the twist. That beacon is flickering. Just 2 months after a coup attempt, a new parliament was sworn in. But the real story isn't who won, it's who didn't vote, and the numbers will shock you. For 9 years under President Patrice Talon, voter turnout has been in freefall. But this latest election, at 36.74%, hit a new low. That means out of every 10 registered voters, only 3 or 4 actually cast a ballot. The government calls it a peaceful success. But here's what nobody's talking about. An empty ballot box is a silent scream. It's a vote of no confidence in the entire system. And it's happening in a country that was supposed to be a model. This is the setup for a presidential election in April 2026 that could change everything. But here's the part that will blow your mind. The man expected to win, Finance Minister Romuald Wadegni, is President Talon's chosen successor. His main opponent, Paul Hankp, only got on the ballot because of a political deal with the ruling coalition. That's right. The so-called opposition candidate needed the government's help to run against them. This isn't a competition, it's a controlled experiment. And the people of Benin are the subjects. The stakes? The perceived legitimacy of the next president. If turnout is low again, the winner rules a country where most people didn't bother to choose them. That's a recipe for instability. And then, something shocking happened. A new constitution was pushed through in December 2025. A new electoral code was adopted in 2024. Critics call them controversial and non-consensual. They're designed, some say, to lock out real opposition. The January 2026 election was the first test of these new rules. The code says a party needs 10% of the national vote to get a seat, but here's the twist. They also need 20% of the vote in each of the country's 24 electoral districts. That's an almost impossible mountain to climb for any new party. Beyond that, the rules for getting on the ballot, the sponsorship quotas have been raised. The system isn't broken, it's being rebuilt, brick by brick, law by law, to keep the current power in place. And the people are responding the only way they feel they can, by staying home. This is bigger than one election. It's a warning sign for democratic governance across Africa. When people lose faith in the process, they stop participating. And when they stop participating, democracy becomes a hollow shell. Some say the reforms are necessary for stability. Others say they're a slow-motion coup. But if the people don't believe their vote matters, does the election even count? The presidential polls in April will be the ultimate test. Will voters show up for a race many see as predetermined? Or will disinterest become the new normal? Do you think low turnout is a sign of a failed democracy or a peaceful protest? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news on Africa's political landscape.